Namaskar, good afternoon, dear student. In this critical situation in the country as a whole and the world as a whole, once we are again back to the study. So today in chemistry, from the same chapter, unit 8, okay, we are going to start the chemical bond, which I have introduced you in previous class. So in last class we have studied about the chemically active element, how they are formed, what they are. So we have discussed about that, and why any atom undergoes a chemical reaction, that also we have discussed. Okay. So today in chemical bonding we will start with the definition itself, which already I have told you. So here let's look at here. The force of attraction by which atoms or group of atoms combined together to form a stable chemical molecule or a compound is called a chemical bond. So if elements do not have a stable electronic configuration, they try to become stable according to their requirement. So they will not bond with every other element, okay. They will bond with those elements which fulfill their needs, okay. Some element require one electron, okay, and another element wants to give one electron to other to become stable. So these two elements, they may come together and form a compound, okay. They form a group, and that group is held together by a force, electrostatic force, and this force is known as a chemically bond. For example, sodium is, what happened? It is at an atom, as an atom it is stable, okay. It does not have any charge as a whole, because number of electron and proton is equal, okay. But as we say valency, if you look at the valency, then having one electron in outermost shell makes it unstable. It has not attained the octet electronic configuration, though in number of proton and number of electron it is stable, okay. It does not have any charge, that means chargeless. It is stable, you can say in that sense. But if you look at the electronic configuration, you find it one electron in the outermost shell and have to be stable by acquiring inert gas configuration, okay. So yesterday also we have studied how it can be done. So one way is by transfer of charge. So how charge is created, we already discussed, okay. So again we will discuss again. Now this bond which brings two elements together is known as chemical bond, are of two types. One is ionic bond and another is covalent bond. So in ionic bond, okay, ionic bond, by the term itself ion is there. So ion indicate that during the formation of this bond or the compound which will be formed, they will have ions in them. There is formation of ions, okay. There is formation of ions. So the bond which is formed by the transfer, okay, which is formed by the transfer of valence electron, outermost electron, the electron here, they will not involve in the transfer of electron in a chemical reaction or chemical bonding. This is the one which is at the last. Okay, sometime inner also they may take, but generally what happens, the valence electron they will undergo chemical reaction transferring, either they will take or gain. Okay, so the bond formed by transfer of valence electron or electrons to the valence shell of another element is known as electrovalent bond or ionic bond. So it can be also known as electrovalent bond. Okay, the bond force. Okay, and all those compound or the molecules which are formed by this bond, that is transfer of ions between the two element, okay, they are known as the ionic compound. What they are known as? They are known as ionic compound. Okay, so the bond formed by transfer of valence electrons to the valence shell of another atom or element is known as electrovalent bond. So if there is a transfer of electron, one will give and another will take. Once they have extra electron than the stable electronic configuration, other they have lesser than the stable electronic configuration. So there is mutual transfer of electron between the element to form a compound. So last time we have discussed that in an ionic compound there is involvement of metal and non-metal. Metals means elements having valence electron as 1, 2 and 3. Okay, they are called metals like aluminum, magnesium, lithium, which have valence electron as 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so and they will react, they will transfer to whom? Like chlorine, which requires 1 electron. Okay, so which require 1 electron. Fluorine, which requires 1 electron. So they will try to gain the electron from the metals. So which will try to gain electron? They are non-metal. So in that case, metal and non-metal, when they combine to form a compound and hold together, okay, hold together as a unit, as a compound, as a molecule, will be termed as the ionic compound. Okay, and this force that is acting between the ionic compound or ionic bond is very much strong. They hold the atoms very firmly, and to break them a large amount of energy is necessary. Okay, so they are the strongest compound and they are formed connected with each other. Okay, so they are ionic compound because these compound are formed by the formation of ions between the two elements, one metal, another non-metal, by transferring of the electrons. So some of the example of ionic compound are sodium chloride, magnesium chloride and calcium oxide, and there are many more. Okay, so here sodium is a metal, whereas chlorine is a non-metal. So here sodium is metal, okay, and chlorine is non-metal. So metal will lose electron to another one, that is another partner is what here? Which element is the partner? Chlorine. So chlorine will gain the electron because sodium has electronic configuration of 2, 8, 1, whereas chlorine has 2, 8 and 7. So it requires 1 electron. So what is less? Less by 1. Okay, and it has more or extra you can say one electron, then stable electronic configuration. So this will give to this element, that is sodium will give electron to chlorine and chlorine will receive the electron. So which one will give? They are the donor, they will carry positive charge, they carry more proton in its nucleus as compared to the number of electron, whereas the one which will gain the electron, okay, the one which will gain the electron, they acquire more electronic charge of negative charge will be more because there is more number of electron, okay. So they will carry the negative charge, and when they come near to each other, they will form a strong bond, and that bond is called ionic bond, and that compound which is formed like sodium chloride is what? Is a ionic compound. So similarly, in case of magnesium chloride, one magnesium and there are two chlorine atoms. So we will discuss also, okay. Now like that, calcium oxide is also a ionic compound. So this is about the ionic bond and ionic compound and what are their example and how they are formed, okay. Now let us study about the characteristic of ionic compound, okay. Understand? So just now we have studied the compound which are formed by the ionic bonding are known as ionic compound, okay. Now let us move here about the characteristic of ionic compound, okay, characteristic of ionic compound. Now first characteristic is they have high melting and boiling point. So they have high melting and boiling point. So what may be the reason? Just now I have told they have a strong bond because of the transfer of charge between them, okay. So this force requires a lots of energy to break their bonding. The relationship which existed between them is very much strong. So to break them, a lots of energy is required, okay. So what happened? It is not easy to break them, okay. So that's why they have high melting and boiling point. So we have to give more and more energy to make them melt or boil, or that is changing the state from solid to liquid and liquid to gas, okay. They require lots of energy. That is the first characteristic of the ionic compound, okay. So similarly, another characteristic of ionic compound is they are found in solid state. Yes. So at the beginning we have studied that solid, what are the solid? The element in which the atoms are or the particles are very close to each other. How they become very close to each other? Due to the electrostatic force which is existing between them, okay. And in case of ionic compound, because the electrostatic force of attraction between the atom is much stronger, they are held compact and rigid. So they are found in solid state, okay. So now next is in molten or aqueous solution they conduct electricity. So molten and aqueous solution they conduct electricity, okay. So in molten means when they are very hot, and in aqueous means when they are in solution form or mixed with the water, then they can conduct electricity. Now we know that electricity means the rate of flow of charge. So when there is flow of charge, then they can conduct electricity. And since in ionic compound the atoms are very close to each other, they are very much strong, they do not have sufficient charge or the free charge to move the electrons from one point to another, that is to flow the electric current. Okay. So, in solid state all the atoms are compound compound, they are close with each other, they are in compact with each other, they are bonded with each other, there is no free electron. So, when we break them in hot state, then what happened? They broke down in the form of ions. Okay, they are in the form of ions. So, when they are in the form of ions, when they are broken down, split up into ions, they are able to carry the charge from one place to another, hence they can conduct the electricity, like as in the case of solution form. Okay, when we mixed with the water, so water is a polar covalent compound, so it will break the force between the ionic compound and it helps to conduct electricity when the atoms or the elements by which they are formed are dissociated into the ions and they are able to carry the electron. Okay. So, this is the third characteristic of the ionic compound. Okay. So, next characteristic is they are soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvent. Okay. They are soluble in water only, but they are not soluble in organic solvent. This is because water is polar covalent compound. Okay. Water is polar covalent compound. So, they can conduct electricity if they break that bond or the force which is acting between them. Okay. So, they are soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvent. Okay. Now, next point is they contain metals. So, already I have discussed here, they have metal and non-metal. So, this property they contain metal is the another characteristic of the ionic compound. Okay. So, till now we have discussed or covered many things. Okay. So, I have written on the board itself. Okay. Again, let us see in the slide. Okay. So, please slide. So, till the slide comes, let us again see once again this all things I hope you have understood. Okay. So, from the beginning, chemical bond, what are they? What is the definition? Okay. What is the definition there? So, we have discussed earlier also. Okay. And what are the different types of chemical bond? That is ionic bond and covalent bond. So, ionic bond are formed by transfer of electron and it is formed of two atoms, that is metal and non-metal, and example is sodium chloride. Okay. And in case of covalent bond are formed by sharing electron and it is formed by the formed between non-metal and non-metal, both the atom or both the element which are involved, they are both non-metal. Okay. So, next slide. So, just today we have started, that is electrovalent bond, which is also known as electrovalency. The chemical bond which is formed by complete transfer of valence electron or electrons of an atom to the valence shell of another atom is called electrovalent bond, and it is also known as ionic bond. Okay. And this type of valency which exists between them is called electrovalency. Okay. So, this is the definition of electrovalent bond. So, you can note down from there. Now, next this is compound. About the compound, those compound which are formed by the electrovalent bond are called electrovalent compounds or ionic compounds. So, example is given there: sodium chloride, metal, non-metal, potassium chloride, KCl, metal and chloride, non-metal, MgCl2, magnesium chloride, calcium chloride, okay, sodium sulfide. Like that, other example are also given there. Okay, these are all what? Ionic compound formed by metal and non-metal. So how sodium chloride is formed, it is discussed there. Okay, Na has only 1 electron in valence shell, chlorine has 7 electron in its valence shell, sodium will give 1 electron to become stable, chlorine will gain 1 electron to become stable. After losing 1 electron, Na, that is sodium, will carry positive charge and it is shown as Na plus, whereas chlorine ion is called chloride, it carries Cl minus ion, and when they form a compound, it form a electrostatic force, and that is chemical bond, which is called electrovalent bond. Okay. So now in next slide, characteristic of electrovalent compound, which we have already learned little bit. So look there, the first characteristic is the electrovalent compound have high boiling and melting point. So high boiling and melting point. Why it is so? Sometimes it can be asked, why electrovalent compound have high boiling point and melting point, give reason. Okay. So the answer or the hint for you, you can make your own answer after understanding the concept. There is a strong force of attraction among the oppositely charged ions in the crystal of electrovalent compounds. Therefore, a large amount of energy is required to separate them. Due to these strong forces of attraction, ionic compound have high melting and boiling point and low volatility, means burning, means they cannot burn easily. And some example of the melting point and the boiling point of some element, some compound is there. So you can observe it, like sodium chloride, its melting point is in degree Celsius about 801 and boiling point is 1413. Calcium chloride or CaCl2 772 melting point, whereas the boiling point is 1935. Okay. Barium oxide melting point 1923 and that's boiling point is 2000 degree Celsius. And second point that we have studied, that they are found in solid state. Why it is so? The crystal structure of compound is strong and rigid. Ionic compound crystal structure is very much strong and rigid. So it takes a lot of energy to break all those ionic bond. As a result, compound are solid, okay, with high melting and boiling point. Okay. Okay. Now next characteristic, next slide. Okay. Now look at the next slide. Next characteristic is they are in molten state or in aqueous solution, they conduct electricity. So electrovalent compound contains ions, okay, which becomes free to conduct electricity in the solution or in the molten state of the electrovalent compound. When they are in molten state, they form a ion, they break down into the ions. But the electrovalent compound do not conduct electricity in the solid state, as the do move in solid state due to the existence of strong electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositely charged ion. Similarly, another characteristic, they are soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvent. So water is a polar covalent compound, it decreases the force which is acting between the ionic compound, that is attraction is reduced. So resulting free ion. So what will happen? There will be free of ions in aqueous solution. Hence, ionic compound dissolve in water. Organic solvent are non-polar, so they will not dissolve in organic solvent. And next is they contain metal or metal in their molecule. Okay, another characteristic, metal in their molecule. Okay, now next slide. In next slide we will find out how the formation of ionic compound take place. Okay, so how the formation of ionic compound or the electrovalent compound take place with the example of sodium chloride. Okay, so it involves 3 steps. Okay, so in first step, if you see the diagram, okay, there first step will be formation of positive ion. Okay, there should be formation of positive ion. So here metal is sodium. Okay, positive ion will be formed by the sodium by donating 1 electron to the chlorine. Okay, chlorine lacks 1 electron, whereas sodium has 1 extra electron to donate. Okay, so first step is sodium atom loses its 1 valence electron to form a positively charged ion. Okay, positively charged ion. So look there in the figure at the top, sodium atom has electronic configuration of 281. In the valence electron 1 electron is there, and with the arrow it is donating its 1 electron to other, that is after that losing 1 electron it will have the electronic configuration of 2,8, that is sodium ion, and having a positive charge at the top. Okay, that means first step is sodium has formed the ion. Okay, so sodium ion is formed. Now next is second step. In the second step there is the formation of negative ion. So negative ion generally shown by the non-metal. Okay, so those one which have electron at the last cell as 5, 6 and 7. So in this case chlorine. So each chlorine atom gains 1 electron to form a negative charged ion. So one which is given by the sodium, 1 electron which is given by the sodium will be acquired by the chlorine. Okay, and after acquiring the 1 electron it will be negatively charged, as the number of electron is more than the number of proton in the nucleus of the chlorine atom. So electronic configuration of chlorine atom is 287, and after having 1 electron from the sodium it has negative charge, and the one atom which is acquired by it is indicated by a colored one in that compound atomic structure there, and at the top it is carrying a negative charge. Okay, it is carrying the negative charge. Okay, now next step in the next slide. So what will happen? So in third step there is formation of ionic bond, that is NaCl. Here look at the figure. Now sodium atom having 281 electronic configuration loses 1 electron to the chlorine atom having electronic configuration of 287. Okay, and after losing that 1 electron by the sodium and gaining of 1 electron by the chlorine, they will acquire positive and negative charge on them, and this positive and negative charge, okay, which is acting between them is the electrostatic force of attraction, brings positive charge and negative charge, because opposite charge attract each other and they will help them to bind together to form a sodium chloride, Na plus and Cl minus, having both equal but opposite charges, and will help them together to form a sodium chloride. Okay, so in this way sodium chloride atom is formed. Okay, so another example is of magnesium chloride. Okay, magnesium chloride. So in next slide I have shown you the formation of sodium chloride, magnesium chloride. Now next slide. Okay, so here another example of ionic compound formation. Okay, look at there, magnesium having electronic configuration of 2 8 2, okay, and chlorine having electronic configuration of 2 8 7. Magnesium has to lose 2 electron to become stable, whereas chlorine requires only 1 electron to become stable. But if magnesium will combine with only 1 chlorine, the stability of both the element, chlorine it will be fulfilled, but magnesium it will not be fulfilled. So what it will do, that magnesium will take help of another chlorine atom, okay, and 1 electron or the valence electron of magnesium is given to one chlorine atom and another one is given to another chlorine atom. In that way there is the formation of Cl 2 minus ion, 2 Cl minus, okay, 2 chloride ion, and magnesium having 2 positive charge on it. Chlorine 2 atoms, 2 Cl minus, okay, and magnesium having 2 positive charge on it. So as a whole MgCl2, that is magnesium chloride, is formed. Okay, is it clear? So in this case we have discussed how the ionic compound are formed. Okay, so today we have discussed about the chemical bond, and in that chemical bond we have precisely in detail we have studied about the ionic bond and how ionic bond is formed in a compound like sodium chloride and magnesium chloride. Okay, so we have discussed that, and we have discussed also the ionic characteristic and how the formation of ionic compound we have discussed. So next topic will be the topic related to the covalent bond. Covalent, co means cooperation, valence means valency means combining capacity. When there is a cooperation means sharing of the electron between the atom to form a stable electronic configuration and exist independently in nature as a molecule or compound, that type of bond will be called as a covalent bond. And as we have already discussed, that is covalent bond is formed by the sharing and between which type of element or which type of atom? Yes, it is non-metal. Between two non-metal we may have covalent bonding. Okay, about it we will discuss in next class. Okay, so for time being you go through all these topics carefully and try to understand, and as I have shown in the diagram, same thing try and practice in your copy for the formation of the chemical bond of sodium chloride and magnesium chloride. Okay, and so for today this much. Okay, and hope all of you are well. Okay, thank you for today. Namaskar.